Hello? Jaden in his room. And there's all his books.
Yeah.
Got bloody hundreds.
700.
Is it 700?
About 700, yeah.
Didn't you label them all or something?
I did have an Excel spreadsheet of them, but I lost it. So I don't have any record of what's here anymore.
How dare you lose it? Why'd you lose it?
It's pretty shameful.
Right, show us some of your favourite collection of books.
I quite like American Pyscho. It's a bit, pseudo.
Oh no, I like pseudo.
I've got a few different editions of it, like that one, this one here. And my favourite edition is this one, which is still wrapped in plastic, because that's legally how it needs to be sold in Victoria.
Oh really?
In plastic wrap, so it's in its condition that I bought it in.
Why does it have to be in plastic wrap?
Just law, censorship. In Queensland, it's prohibited for sale completely.
Really?
You can't sell it at all in Queensland. So in Victoria, it has to be sold to 18 plus in shrink wrap. That's the law for that one.
Kind of like porn mags.
Yeah, it's kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Blood Brothers. This one here. It's a book about the German youth during World War II, I believe. And this was a banned book. It was all the copies of it were burnt during the Nazi regime. And one copy survived. One manuscript or something survived, and so it was reprinted first in the original German language, and then translated back into English in 2015, I think. So it's a banned book that I actually really liked when I read it.
Good job they recovered it, eh?
Yeah, because otherwise it's a good story. It's about the youth and the Hitler Youth thing that they had going. That was a complete antithesis. It was completely the opposite of Hitler Youth. I'm a big fan of the Trainspotting books. I've only
read
read
the movie.
I really like the movie.
I love the movie.
I love the movie. I've read most of the Trainspotting books. There's just like a couple of them. These ones I still haven't read yet. That I'm going to get around to. I've got one on my desk somewhere. I'm going to read that Reheated Cabbage soon. It's called Reheated Cabbage.
Then here's all your like fantasy.
All the stuff that I used to read when I first started reading. I'd read fantasy before classics, before I found what genres I like. These are all my beat books. These are my Burroughs. A friend of mine has borrowed Junkie, so I don't have Junkie. And I've also got Naked Lunch in my banned books because it was banned. I've got here all my Kerouac.
You're not the biggest fan of Kerouac, though, are you? Honestly,
the thing is, I've only read these two and this one here. So, I didn't like that one very much.
Yeah.
I liked On the Road. Don't get me. I kind of have already outgrown it, but the Dharma Bums is a really good piece of work. I really like the Dharma Bums, and I'm really looking forward to reading Big Sur, Dr. Sachs. I think these and Lonesome Traveller. I think these are going to be some of the better Kerouac reads. Hell's Angels, Kingdom of Fear. I've only read these two so far.
Yeah. What did you think of Fear and Loathing?
I quite liked it. I mean, I'm not just the illustrations. I love the illustrations personally.
Yeah.
I know you're not the hugest fan of them.
I love the illustrations.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're fantastic.
I love the illustrations in this book.
It's impossible not to love them.
I really like Fear and Loathing. There are some questionable things in it, but there's questionable things in
all of them. Everything.
All of them. That's why it's transgressive literature,
But there's questionable things in every piece of literature. If you try and make it perfect, you're a shit writer. What's that, Jaden?
This is my favourite Leonard Cohen book, which is the last one that came out. Pretty sure posthumously. I think it came out after he died. I pretty much marked up nearly every single poem in there while I was reading it, because I was so fascinated by this man, Leonard Cohen. Basically, before reading Leonard Cohen, before reading Leonard Cohen, I had a different idea of poetry. I didn't really know what the parameters of poetry were, what it could do. And from now on, from Leonard Cohen, I started seeing poetry like lyricism, like music. And there was a guy once who commented on one of my posts and was like, music and poetry are two separate things. And I was like, look, I have to disagree with you. I think they're the same thing. I think they're in the same realm. So that pretty much changed up my entire idea of what poetry can be. I kind of worked out how to talk about emotion in a different way, about scene setting, even spirituality. I think he kind of introduced me to the idea of Buddhism, to be honest, which is why I bought this. It's the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, which is the seminal kind of text on Taoism, which isn't Buddhism, but it's a stream of Chinese philosophy, basically. This is thousands and thousands of years old, and I've just been going for months and months, just going at it. Pages are falling out. I've glued them back in. You know, I started this in January, so I'm still going. Still got more to read, but this really, Leonard Cohen and the Tao Te Ching are the kind of my introductions to whatever I know of spirituality, which isn't that much. I've got a leaf covering a poem that I don't like up there anymore because it was written by someone else. I think I really do want them framed.
Yeah, because you are an editor.
Yeah. So I think I want those up.
How you feel about editing our book?
I feel pretty confident about it. If anything slips through, it's my fault. But no, I think we've gone through it enough times for me to be mostly confident about it. It's a tough project. I've edited things before. These books, I edited all of these. I edited this completely all myself. This little book here. Was someone?
Did anyone try and put a pitchfork through your head?
No,
because you missed one.
There are some things that I missed, but you know what? I didn't miss them. To be honest, the writer added some things after my final draft, so it's not my fault. My fault at all.
Well, if you find any mistakes in our book, don't worry. We'll send a pitchfork through Jaden's neck. We'll send it through each of ours neck.
So that's on my. That one sold 20,000 copies.
Really?
Yeah. She's sold it to community service workers. Got a poem in there too, I think. Page 22. It's in there.
Oh, it's yours?
Yeah. I got published by this from Instagram. They're Buy Me Poetry. Their Instagram page.
It's a pretty nice cover.
Yeah.
Ben?
Boxing these all up by genre so that I can unpack them again easily enough, I guess. Oh, look, one box down.
Oh, you don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to wreck the covers. The books.
That's called very careful book packing.
Yeah.
How do you feel packing all your stuff?
A bit sad, to be honest. I mean, I'm still here for 2 weeks, so it's going to be pretty empty. But I guess I prefer that, to know that I'm all good and ready. Peace of mind. I don't have to rush if I finish it all early.
Sad music's going to be playing in the background.
Yeah.
Closing time.